We have a lot of stuff to talk about today, guys, including Infinite Forbidden being on the decline, Valiant Smashers being on the rise, and a ton more, and some stuff to look forward to for the future. So I want to start off by touching on the Centurion cards. So there were two new support cards that got announced that are coming in Rage of the Abyss, and with this, the CRs have always been pretty low on listings, but we have noticed Primera, especially, is under 20 listings at about $25+ per copy. People are picking these up very frequently. It's not too many copies available here before it's quickly 30. These are non-verified, so that's probably why. I also want to touch on Emblema Oath, which is 11 listings, 10 if you exclude this Korean listing. And these are quickly up to $40, starting at $35 for a whole playset. So if you guys need your Emblema Oaths, you could have gotten them at $20, like not even like 2 months ago. But now you're going to be paying about double per copy on that. For the Valmonica stuff, there's not too many movements here, aside from the CRs being low on listings, which is pretty typical. Skelta's over $10, 35 listings available. And the piano, the Agatha Kakological Voice, is sitting about $10 a copy. So not too many movements here on the Valmonica side of things. Then we get over to Memento, and Bone Party is still chilling about $25. Anjwich Ultras are also about $25. Wow, I remember when these were like 7s, I think. Crazy. Yeah. I remember a day when these were 7s. You could have got a whole playset for the price of 1 now, but, you know, live and learn. The Field Spell CR is sitting about 20. Not too awful. This guy, too, the Combined Creation. This Quarter Century, I'm pretty sure this one used to be very cheap. Yeah, it was like under $20 at one point, but now you're paying almost $50 if you want the Combined Creation Quarter Century from Valiant Smashers. Other than that, there's not too many movements on the super rare or common side of things on the Memento stuff. Adusted Gold is kind of a weird one, okay? So all copies of Adusted Gold are very low on listings and increasing in price, with the secret being the high rarity out of Brothers Legend. And these are quickly up and up and up. I assume this has something to do with the Dark Fusion searching. So this, you can search Dark Fusion, and Dark Fusion is used in Noids, I think, the Infernoid deck. Not only that, but this is a Light Fiend, so if you really wanted, you could use this and go into Fiendsmith stuff. And along with the Adusted Gold, Sinister Necrom is kind of seeing a little bit of movement too. So if you look at the OG Ultra, it's 42 listings, about $1 a piece. And all this would do is, if this is in your grave, you banish it and you special summon the Adusted Gold. So I've heard people talking about the Sinister Necrom and also the Adusted Gold. I'm not sure. I guess it kind of gives you a way to go into the Fiendsmith Link one. However, I feel like the most of this use for Adusted Gold is just searching the Dark Fusion, which we will not talk about in this video. We've talked about it in the past. It's kind of the same thing going on. Summoning Curse. This thing continues to go above and above, like $15 for each copy on the OTS Common and the DREV Common. Just absolute insanity. We were seeing these sell at $20 a piece here, which is astounding that people believe in this tech so much. And apparently this is for Mimighoul, if I remember right. Yeah, because you like special summon to your opponent's field. So yeah, this is a Mimighoul tech. I think it's like a 2 or 3 of, if I remember right. Silhouette Rabbit. So this thing is something to really keep an eye on. This is a very generic link, and it lets any single deck that can summon 2 effect monsters summon this and then bring out the Angel Statue or any of the other like continuous strat monsters. And this is sitting about $8. There is a wall here at 34 copies. So if you do need a one of, and of course Gamer's Choice with the 200 wall, if you guys need your one of, I'd recommend picking these up before these walls are gone or increase. because this is a card that sees like very not infrequent play, but it can be tacked into a lot of decks. So just something to keep an eye out for. Silo Hat Trick is kind of the same thing. This one isn't as flexible as the Link Monster is, specifically because this requires you to have illusion monsters. Here it says, if this card is specialed, target face-up cards your opponent controls up to the number of illusion monsters you control and negate their effects until the end of this turn. So you'd have the Rabbit, which, if we go back, Rabbit is an illusion. Where does illusion? Right here. And then we go to this, it special summons as an illusion. So you should have like 2 cards that you can negate on your opponent's side of the field. These are under $1 if you want the ultras. These are very accessible. However, the main card that people search off of the Silo Hat Rabbit is the Angel Statue Azaroon. This does have a common print from the Megatons, which is very, very readily available. However, if you want the foil print from Blazing Vortex, you're going to be paying like $3 to $4 a copy. If you guys have any Blazing Vortex bulk, I would highly recommend going back and looking at your supers and finding these and picking these out, because these are money. You could have got these for like $1, under $1 like 2 months ago, but Solo Hat Hair is here now, and you know it's time for this card to get bought out. Power Filter is one that is seeing buyouts again. I feel like we just went over this a couple months ago, but the OTS commons are sitting about $10 roughly, which is insanity, before they're quickly like 15, 16, and then up to 20, which is insanity. I had a surplus of these. I had like 2 dozen of these at one point, and I offloaded most of them at $5 the last time I got bought out. If we want to go back and look at the super rares are sitting, what, like 15s for unlims. If we want light play first ed, you're sitting about 16. Otherwise, let's try to find some near mints, all light plays. Near mint first ed, about 20 plus. So all copies of Power Filter are moving. Ignore the graph. I don't know why it defaults to heavy played. Rise to Full Height is another one that is seeing buyouts. This is available in 3 different common prints, and every single one of them is pretty low on listings. As far as I know, this was like a paleo tech, anti-tempi, yeah, it was like paleo, and I think some people were trying to use it as like a generic anti-tempi tech in some weird cases. So search your bulk when you're looking, look for Rise to Full Height, whether it's the 2017 Megaton, the Shining Victories, or the Lair of Darkness structure. All of them are worth about $1. Mulch Army Perulia, so we did see this get bought out to $60-ish post NAWCQ. However, sellers are back, they've listed more copies, and you can find them for about $45 to $50 now. So it has cooled off a little bit, 77 listings available. I assume this is just going to keep going down because the people who have their copies aren't going to buy these, so really only the people that are, you know, looking for this are going to need it. Dragon of Pride and Soul, this is one that I recommend really keeping an eye out for. So Magicians of Bonds and Unity, I don't think we ever saw that get lower than 50, if I remember right, for any of the copies. However, we have the Pride and Soul Dragon here. There are 3 listings here that are under 50, which is kind of surprising to me, especially because this has a like a Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon-esque monster coming in Rage of the Abyss that has been announced. It is in the OCG, so do not be surprised if we see buyouts on this come Rage of the Abyss when that Ultimate Dragon gets released. Granted, you do not need 3 of this to summon the Ultimate Dragon. However, it's just something to keep in mind because you may see these spike come the Ultimate Dragon release time. Shield, this did see a buyout up to, I think it was like $5 for this. However, it's cooled down now. It's about $3 a copy, which isn't awful, but it is, you know, 3 times higher than where it was a couple days after release of Infinite Forbidden. Sengenjin also cooled down. This was around 8. Now it's down to about 5.5 with over 100 listings available. Good to see that. Mimigul Master is also kind of low. $3-ish when it was sitting about 5, 6 for a while. So if you guys are looking to play Mimigul, it's not a bad time to pick up the Masters along with the Field Spell. The Field Spell's sitting about 6.5 when it was like 8, 8.5 not too long ago. You can see here even recently there were sales at the 8-10 mark, which is, you know, something to keep in mind if you guys are looking to play this new deck. I want to take the time to point out that I do have a link tree with other social media accounts. It's down in the description. I have my very own Discord server that you guys can join. I have my my OG YouTube. I have like 3 different YouTube accounts. I have Twitch, Twitter. I do have TikTok. I haven't uploaded on there in a while. Instagram, same thing. I don't upload on there. At the time, I have my TCG player link in here, and then also all my collaborations. I run the YGO Fresh Off the Press Discord and also the Team Sakuraso Discord, 2 of the homies. So if you guys are ever interested, I recommend going down and checking out the other socials, because we may be doing giveaways that are exclusive on those platforms in the future. Unchained Yama. He's really cooled off. He's sitting like $11 now, which he was like 20 a month ago, like 20, 30. Like, I don't know why this has cooled down as much as it has. Maybe it's the looming Megaton reprints coming in 2 months, or maybe it's just, I don't know. I thought this was like a 1 or 2 of in the Yubel deck, but maybe I'm mistaken. Tenpai, Pydra, please keep this in mind. Okay, so once we get the Trident Dragion reprint in the Megatons, if Tenpai dodges the ban list and doesn't get any major hits to like the Field Spell or, you know, anything like that, keep an eye out on Pydra, because this will spike after the Trident Dragion reprint. Once Dragion becomes more accessible, people are going to go back and they're going to be like, hey, I need my other Tenpai cards. I didn't get a chance to play this. I was gate-kept out of it by the extreme price of Dragion. Now I have it, so let me go buy my Pydras. Let me buy the rest of the core. So while these are $7 to $8 to $10 a copy, keep an eye out. Like, that's going to be a card that will spike once Dragion gets the reprint. Cosmic Blazar Dusa. So this has the Ultra from Dusa and it has a common. If you just need a copy to play and you don't care about foil, get the common. It's cheap. However, if you do want the foil, you're going to be paying $20, which is insanity, because a couple months ago this was like $10, and before that it was even cheaper. It was like $8, $7. Just, I don't know why this is $20 and very low on listings. If you guys have any insight to this, let me know down in the comments, because I would like to know the reasoning behind this. I don't know if it's ban list speculation with Centurion, because right now Centurion can do like the Calamity lock, and people are expecting Calamity to get banned, and I heard of Blazar being a potential replacement for Calamity. Let me know if you guys know more on that. Colossal Fighter Ulti, I wanted to kind of talk about this real quick. We typically don't cover high rarity stuff on the channel, but I wanted to point out that this is 5 listings, one of which being a non-verified at like 110, before near mints are 140. There's like next to no copies of this on the market, and the last sold near mint was 115. So that's a significant price spike from 115 to 140. So just something to keep an eye out for if you guys are in the high rarity, like vintage Edison cards market. Treeborn Frog Lost Arts. These have kind of cooled off from the $10+ that they were. Now you can find them for about $7. Pretty reasonable. I still need to pick up my personal playset of these for the Lost Art binder. I really do like Treeborn, and Treeborn is one of the cards that has a wide plethora of printings that are all like money, and it's not very common that you have a card that has so many printings that are all worth something. Brave Eyes Pendulum Dragon. I think we might have covered this at one point. However, it's 10 listings, and it's only like 3 listings away from being a $40 card. Just out of nowhere. Please let me know what this is being used in, because I have no clue if it's just... Well, what was it before? Was it not Valmonica Voiceless Voice? Or was that the other Eye is Pendulum Dragon? I can't remember. But I saw this and I thought that was something worth pointing out if you guys have the Brave Eyes Pendulum Dragon from Raging Tempest. It's just an insanely expensive card now, apparently. Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate. So this was only printed in the Dark Side of Dimensions movie packs, which means it comes in Ultra, Secret, and Gold, and all prints of this are coming low on listings, with the Secret being 13 listings and $12+. It used to be 5, so if you guys have any of the old movie pack stuff, I mean, a year ago it was $2, $3. Insanity. If you guys have the Dark Side of Dimensions movie pack stuff, not too bad. Like, go ahead and take a look at it. See if you guys can pull out some of these Neo Blue Eyes Ultimates, because they are all worth money. If we look at the other prints, they're sitting about 6 to 7 to 8 for the Ultra and the Golds, so still worth going through and digging through your bulk for them if you guys happen to have them. Sprite Blue Secrets. This is something that I wanted to point out, because these... Now, I know Blue just got the reprint in Terminal Revenge as an Ultra. However, I feel like the Secrets look very, very nice. Honestly, I feel like the Secrets look better than the Ultis. A lot of the times with the Ultis, you have to kind of... It's just preferred to get them in person if you get the Ultis, because otherwise you can get an Ulti without the texture. I think this one had the swirl, so you could get ultis without the swirl. Secrets, I feel, just are really, really clean. And you can get first at $7.50 a place, like $7.50 a copy. About 23, 25 post-shipping and tax. Like, that's very good. However, keep in mind, this does have a chance of being reprinted in the Megatons also. Because Power of the Elements is going to be in Megatons. I don't know why they would print it in Terminal Revenge and then print it in Megatons. However, we did see something similar with Water Enchantress being reprinted in Monstrous Revenge along with Right. And then they both got reprinted in Megatons also. So just something to keep an eye out. Raikou Quarter Century. These are $7. Back in my day, if you wanted a foil Raikou, you had to pay $20+ for the OG Super. Yeah, Edison fans, if you guys need Raikous, these are $7 a copy. Just insanity. Substitoads, too. You know, you used to have to pay $20, $30 per rare, and now you can get the Secrets very accessibly. Under $8 a copy. Just also worth pointing out. Something that's not as accessible. Crystal Clearwing Synchro. I think we did touch on this recently. However, the Ultra keeps stonking. I don't know what is happening. But if you want Near Mint, you're paying $30. Last Near Mint sold were 14 and 18 and 20. Nobody has paid $30. However, that is the lowest Near Mint price for Crystal Clearwing Synchro. I have zero clue why this is happening at all. Now, this is something to keep an eye out for, okay? Magistus. Second to be given a lore expansion in the Yu-Gi-Oh! OCG Stories manga series. What did we see with Sky Striker? We saw them get a ton of support cards, and we're going to see the same thing with Magistus. Now, Magistus is interesting, because if we look down here, members of Endymion, Invoked, Prophecy, Witchcrafter archetype have all teamed up. So what does that mean? Is your Spellbooks? Is your Endymion? Is your Alistair and the Invoker stuff? And it's the Witchcrafter stuff, along with the Magistus stuff. So let's go ahead and go touch on some of this. So Magistus, you can get, Riliona CRs are like 17, 18 bucks. If you want the OG CR Artemis, you're paying like 5s to 7s. Not the worst in my opinion. $4.35, that's criminally cheap, I feel, for how hard it is to pull collector rares out of CR sets. However, the quarter century is around that same price anyway. Zorua, about $3-4 bucks. And then everything else is like pennies for the Magistus. Not awful. Endymion, kind of the same thing, like Endymion is all pretty cheap. The Crusader OG Ultras are about $2 bucks. However, that's really the only thing that's worth anything out of the or the Endymion stuff, my bad. Invoked. Mechaba secrets are like 8s. Kaligas are like $1. Otherwise, everything else is pretty accessible. OG Alistair, the secrets. Shadow and Valhalla secrets. This is like kind of insane to see them like under $5. I can't remember the last time I saw these. We saw the hype. Let's see if we can see it. I think it was right about in June-ish. Or maybe prior. I can't remember when they announced the Magistus stuff getting the new manga. However, these are pretty accessible, under $5. And the Link, he's like 6 to 7. I don't think the Link sees much play. Correct me if I'm wrong. Altar Alistair, I feel, needs more than the gold rare. I have a feeling it will come sooner or later, so that's also something to keep an eye out for. Invocation ultis are... Is this a damaged at 30? Damaged at 30. Light play at 41. Near mint at 43. You can get Spanish, Italian, before it's quickly up to $50 a copy on your Invocation Ultimate rares. Otherwise, I would recommend just getting one of the secrets. It doesn't really matter which one, in my opinion. However, if you want, you know, a less likely to go down version, get the Fusion Enforcers, because the Battles of Legend secret will likely tank. Unlims, there is a wall at $4 on these secrets. If we want First Ed, sort by First Ed, and Near Mint, yeah, you're paying about 6 to 7-ish per copy on these, which isn't ridiculously awful. And the Witchcrafter stuff. So Witchcrafters, Madame Vare is like expensive. Creation secrets are also a few bucks. And then Holiday is like a couple bucks. Holiday Ultra is $1. Golem Aruru is like $2. And there's not a ton here that's really worth anything. Just keep an eye out on all of these archetypes, because once the manga starts getting, you know, more issues, we may see spikes on some of this related archetype stuff. So just something to keep an eye out for. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, leave a comment for me. Leave a like. Subscribe if you guys are new. We're almost at 200 subscribers. We're trying to get to 500, and maybe we will do a big giveaway or something. Who knows? We are in the process of moving and sold the boxes. So in about a week and a half time, we will be in our new home. Kind of scary. I forgot how much I really hated moving. So I gotta go pack some boxes. Hope you guys stay safe, stay hydrated, and we'll see you guys later. Take care, everyone.